slow today. Should have had these baked off or fried off. So what we're going to do is roll out our donuts and deep fry them. Now this one is the plain, and the reason why I'm going to take the time to show you is that each one is a little different and each one requires maybe a little bit more flour. These just came out of the fridge, so they're like a Play-Doh consistency. You just want to shape it a little bit. Put it on your, whatever you're going to roll out on. I love this little Pampered Chef circular pad. It works really well. Okay, so this is where I usually have my problem. I think I sometimes roll them out too thin. I think you're supposed to roll them out like a ½ an inch thick or close to that. And of course, on your professional cooking shows, they're going to have your perfect little circles. You're kind of cutting out donuts, so just don't worry about it. Just cut them out. It doesn't really matter if it's a perfectly shaped thing, because nobody watches you do it, except for like right now with me. So I try to make sure it's up. Now, these are the cutest little cookie cutters. He's not my blood brother, but Kevin is a brother to me, Kevin Kirsterd, and he bought me these donut cutter thingies. So you can either use them as a biscuit or the donut cutter hole, which I do enjoy them. I do like them. There's a large size and there's a regular size. We're going to do the regular size mainly because I want to share these donuts and I want a few more out of them than normal. So you just take have a bowl of flour and just dip it and just cut it just like you would you know, if you were a kid playing Play-Doh. Now, a lot of people cut their donut out and save the hole. I don't. I keep it and I put it back into the dough to get more donuts out of it. And at the end, I may make some donut holes because, yeah, there's people that like donut holes. I'm going to show you something else too. So I just get on here and I get so nervous that I gotta hurry up, and I can't calm my brain down. And that's kind of where I am right now. I can't calm my brain down. Now, Mrs. Dunster's donuts. My husband likes those, probably because they're Canadian made. But I did learn they're not Mrs. Dunster's, but you can make them if you want them to look like the wedges, which I'll show you right now. And we'll deep fry a few of these. I found out my neighbor likes his donuts more in the round circles. So these ones, this one is the plain donut, just a plain cake donut. And I'll make 2 with the wedges just because I want to move on to the chocolate. Whoops. Oh, I didn't listen to myself. I had to pull that thing out. Okay, so when you're going to make a wedge, if you want to make a wedge, you don't use the whole cutter part of it. You just use that part. And you just take a knife and you just cut it in half. And there you go. And then you just deep fry it. Okay. So now we're going to roll out the chocolate. And the only reason I'm showing you this separate rollouts, number 1, 3 separate videos, number 2, is each cookie batter or each donut batter is a little bit different in consistency than the other. And I want you to see that because, see, this one's stickier than the cake one was. And I don't know if it's because of the brown sugar or whatever, but it's fine. You just put some flour on your hands. Again, it's important not to be scared of cooking. Just, you got to practice it and do it. I used to be so intimidated by doing stuff, and then I'm like, if you don't try, you're never going to learn. So I wanted to remind you, this is my mother-in-law's recipe. See, that's ended up not being sticky. And I think I do like her chocolate donut recipe the best. I'm not a chocolate donut fan, but you don't have to be, you know, hard with it. Just be gentle. And you do the same thing. You just cut. And you lay it on a, I usually use a cookie sheet and lay mine out on parchment paper, because a lot of times I make these up ahead. Like I'll make my batter. Your stuff can stay in your refrigerator up to a week, so you don't have to fry them all off on the same day. You can pick a morning that you want to fry some and have them fresh every day if you want to. I typically make these about once a year, because at camp meeting my daughter makes them, and sometimes Nola Pendexter will make them too. So I don't really make them at camp meeting, but here I make them about once a year, and it's always during our August festival time. And the first year I did it as a fundraiser for our youth, and then the following year I'm like, I don't want to sell these, I want to give them away. And found out you can't give stuff away. People kept giving me money, and I'm like, I don't want your money, I want to bless you, I want to give this to you. It was a donut and a cup of coffee. And honestly, people still would pay me, so it was like, you couldn't win. But a lot of people did take the free gift, so, but I enjoy doing that, and I do a double batch of both, chocolate, plain, and molasses. And I usually have very little left over. Some people will take 6, some people will take 12. But it's just a way to bless your community. You know, if you have whatever talents you have. I remember as a kid sitting in a pew and preachers would preach on talents, and I'm like, I don't have any talents. I mean, my sister is an awesome singer, and, you know, other people were great at crafts. I just felt like I had no talents at all, and I'm not tooting my horn, please believe me. I was praying the other day, and I was thinking, oh, God has blessed me with a lot of things. I can cook. I enjoy cooking. I love doing ceramics. I always wanted my own little ceramic shop-y thingy so I could give lessons, but that's not part of God's plan, so that's fine. So I just pick up stuff and do it at home. I like painting, so I've discovered I have a lot of things that God can use me to bless other people with, because I am a giver. I do like giving. I have a very hard time receiving. Something I've been learning. So I said all that to say what? Relax in what you're doing and the talents God's given you. It doesn't matter, even if you're a cleaner. You know, help somebody out by cleaning or raking lawns. I like doing that too, and my grandkids did that for me this year. So I guess everybody likes me being fat. I don't know. But I appreciated them doing it because they did it much faster than I could anymore. All right, so this is good for the chocolate. Now, typically, I've done some rambling here because I started out to tell you I usually make them all up and then I put them in the refrigerator, put them back in the refrigerator so that they can cool again, because they seem to deep fry much nicer if they're cold. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm putting a layer on top of here, but I am going to put some flour over it because you don't want it sticking. And then I'm going to put some flour here. Because the next one are molasses, and they tend to be heavier for some reason. Molasses are my favorite, which I've already told you. But again, these ones are a little tackier. But not as bad as the chocolate. So that's good. I always like banging on stuff because I feel like I'm beating the devil up. I don't focus on that though. I have more praise than I have. But I tell you, I'm not afraid to fight. So. Alrighty. I just don't want that too thick, but not too thin. I sit here and I ask myself, why in the world are you doing these things? Because they stress you out so much. But I kind of enjoy doing it. If you didn't have to see me, I guess that would be great. That part of it would be great if all you saw was the cooking. But you know what? Jesus loves me. Bruce loves me. My grandkids love me. My friends love me. So I guess I should love me, right? I told my sister Jerry yesterday that I was making donuts. Her favorite expression when she gets wound up about something is, "Oh, I hate you," which means, "Oh, I really love you." But so I told her I'd mail her some because I missed their anniversary. So I bought myself a little food saver thing. So hopefully I'll vacuum pack them and they should be fine getting there. As she's watching this, she's saying, "Oh, I hate her. I can't believe she just said that." But got to keep life interesting. All right. So we have got the all three of them done, and I do want to put them in the fridge just for a few minutes to cool them off before deep frying. The deep fryer is ready, but I need Bruce's help with that portion of it. Hi, welcome back to Cooking with Sally J. We're gonna fry off our molasses donuts. Now, like I said, the molasses donuts was a pain to work with, but it's worth it, and this recipe is really good. I'll show you what bad looks like, and my nephew, my grandson keeps eating the bad ones. He's gonna be sick, but anyway. So you put your donuts in your 400-degree oil, and if they're laying on the bottom, then you've got too much flour in them. They should be rising up to the top, just like the other ones did. Yep, they're coming.
It takes a minute for them to come up.
Okay, and then they're gonna flip. I'm not sure, I didn't mention, these are my three oldest grandchildren. Chase, smile at the camera, Charlie girl, and Chelsea. Charlie's our oldest granddaughter, she's 17. Chase is 15, and Chelsea's 14.
13. She's 13.
Oh, she's gonna be 14 in June, so close enough.
June what?
June 27th.
No! It's the 28th.
Hate that. I never get her birthday right, but evidently something traumatic was going on that day or something. I don't know. It's the 28th.
Your father's funeral.
Well, that happened years later. That happened years later. Okay, so they came up really, really, really good. So I'm going to give them just a couple of seconds cooking that way. Then we're going to start flipping. Flip, flip, flip. And Chase is going to sugar them for me. Yeah, if he pays attention. He does get distracted very easily. But he's a hard worker. They all are very hard workers. I came home one day, I was doing a lady's hair, and I came home and they're outside raking our lawn with those, what do you call them?
Well, I had a rake.
She had a real rake, he had a power rake, and they were sweeping all the dirt. I mean, they did such a good job. And then they ended up getting jobs around town for it. People saw what they were doing, and some guy stopped and said, "Are you guys for hire?" And Charlie says, "We never turn down work." So they've learned well. If you're gonna eat, you gotta work. So Chase keeps eating my donuts, so he's gonna sugar a few just to make sure he works for it. Okay, so this is what your donut should not look like.
I like this one.
Like, it's bad.
This one's like a hockey puck.
And this one's like a hockey puck. These are not what you want. These have too much flour, and they didn't have any,
molasses.
no, it had molasses. It didn't have any cornstarch, not cornstarch, Bakewell cream in them. So these are garbage. These are what they need to look like. There's a big difference. Those look good. These are bad. So,
This
We'll
one's
see.
red.
don't sugar all of them. We're gonna, as soon as we get these done, we're gonna go out to some people in the church because of the social distancing and share some. Just to let them know we love them and miss them and give them a little treat.
I'm not supposed to be here.
I get blessed all the time. Chelsea, would you go get my blessing so I can share with them? Somebody given me the other day. Yeah, there's my beautiful flowers. Aren't they beautiful? Just, I smile every time I see them. So we're all blessed in certain ways.
Did you say pink?
Yeah, you. They're not.
Start calling each other names. My goodness. Okay. So I think that's enough. You can unsugar them now. Put them on the plate.
Unsugar then? How is that
Well, you know what I mean.
possible?
Take them out of the bag.
Why didn't Beefhog get in this video? We should be in all your videos. No, we
Okay.
shouldn't.
Take the cookies
I'm
out.
setting them up backward. But,
They're backwards, Chase.
I haven't called them cookies this time. They're donuts. Molasses donuts. I keep calling them cookies. I don't mean to do that, but. Okay, so these are your molasses cookies and my great helpers. Oh, molasses donuts. Oh, I don't know why I keep calling them cookies. I bet you I'm going to have to make molasses cookies. Anyway, so these are the molasses donuts. I hope you enjoyed our video, and I hope you enjoyed meeting 3 of my grandchildren. Have a nice day. And before we go, if you haven't liked me already, like my Facebook page, Cooking with Sally J.
Subscribe.
You can subscribe to it.
Hit the
Like
bell.
it,
Hit the
subscribe
bell
to
to
it.
be
That's-
notified.
That's YouTube. And then you
This
can go to
is
YouTube.
This is YouTube.
Well, this is real. This is not YouTube yet. I haven't put it there yet. But when you
Oh
go
my
to
God.
YouTube, I am also over there, and you can subscribe and hit the little bell
Isn't this video? And like the video.
and like the video.
This video doesn't
Thank you.